Hey, welcome back. If you loved part 1 of our Hollywood dad-daughter deep dive, buckle up. We're doubling down with 15 more iconic fathers and their fabulous girls. These guys have slayed on screen, but they're real blockbusters, raising these mini moguls. We'll keep the vibes fun, funny, and full of heart, starting with a quick dad rundown, birth year included, then zooming in on his princess with her birth year too. From soccer fields to spaghetti westerns, it's all here. Let's keep the party going. David Beckham versus Harper Beckham. David Beckham, born in 1975, is more than just a football legend. He's a global brand, a fashion muse, and the man who made bending a soccer ball look like poetry in motion. With his tattoos, chiseled jawline, and sharp suits, Beckham turned the pitch into a runway long before Instagram made it cool. But when the spotlight fades and the crowd stops chanting, his favorite title isn't captain, it's dad. His youngest, Harper 7, born in 2011, is the Beckham family's little superstar in training. She's the kind of kid who swaps soccer practice for fashion sketches and confidently gives her dad makeup tutorials. At just 14, Harper's inherited her mom's Spice Girl sparkle and her dad's charm. David jokes that when she does his eyeliner, he ends up looking like a glam goalkeeper. From the pitch to playdates, this duo proves that real goals happen at home. Kevin Costner versus Grace Costner. Kevin Costner, born in 1955, is the cowboy Hollywood never knew it needed a man who turned Dances with Wolves into an Oscar-winning epic and rode into Yellowstone as the last great patriarch of the modern West. His rugged, calm, and quiet intensity made him a symbol of American heroism, both on screen and off. But off the ranch, he's a proud dad of 7, and his youngest, Grace Costner, born in 2010, might just be the sharpest critic he's ever faced. At 15, Grace has grown up surrounded by scripts, sound stages, and cowboy hats, but she's most famous for her honest film reviews over dinner. Kevin once confessed, "Grace keeps me grounded. She reminds me that even Batman needs bedtime stories." Between her giggles on set and her knack for turning any day into a mini-family film, Grace is the Costner sequel the world didn't know it was waiting for. Sylvester Stallone versus Sistine Stallone. Sylvester "Sly" Stallone, born in 1946, is the man who wrote himself into cinematic history, the ultimate underdog who turned Rocky into a metaphor for perseverance. From Rambo to Creed, his legacy punches harder than ever. But behind the ripped muscles and tough guy persona is a surprisingly tender father who admits that raising daughters is his most unpredictable action scene yet. His daughter, Sistine, born in 1998, embodies the best of both her parents, her mother's elegance, and her father's relentless drive. As a Chanel runway model, actress, and screenwriter, Sistine's making her own mark in the industry, even co-hosting The Family Stallone, where she fearlessly roasts her dad's iconic one-liners. Sly laughs every time. She'd knock out Apollo Creed with one glare. In the Stallone household, the gloves are off, but the love is undefeated. Adam Sandler versus Sonny Sandler. Adam Sandler, born in 1966, built an empire out of laughter from Happy Gilmore's wild swings to grown-ups' chaotic family fun. He's Hollywood's most relatable goofball. Off-screen, though, Sandler's just a devoted dad navigating 2 teenage daughters and a house that's apparently always mid-pajama party. His younger daughter, Sonny Sandler, born in 2008, has taken the torch and run with it, straight onto Netflix. Her breakout role in You Are So Not Invited to My Bat Mitzvah proves she's not just following in Dad's footsteps, she's paving her own comedy path. Her real-life bat mitzvah was a star-studded bash featuring J-Lo and Halsey, and Adam proudly admitted, "She's funnier than me and she doesn't even need a script." The Sandler household may be a constant laugh track, but Sonny is clearly the new headliner. Johnny Depp versus Lily Rose Depp. Johnny Depp, born in 1963, has lived 1,000 lives, pirate, poet, Mad Hatter, rock star, yet none compare to the role of Dad. The eccentric icon behind Edward Scissorhands and Pirates of the Caribbean built a career on mystery and rebellion. But his daughter, Lily Rose Depp, born in 1999, has inherited his artistry with a distinctly modern twist. As a Chanel ambassador and acclaimed actress in The Idol and Nosferatu, Lily Rose carries both her father's unpredictability and her mother Vanessa Paradise's ethereal grace. She once admitted that watching her dad's darker films as a kid traumatized her a little. Now she directs her own narrative, unafraid of the spotlight. Johnny beams whenever her name comes up. "She's the captain now," he says, and you can tell he means it. Clint Eastwood, Allison Eastwood. Clint Eastwood, born in 1930, is the man who redefined cool, the gravel-voiced gunslinger who could silence a room with one squint. From Dirty Harry to Gran Torino, he's been the ultimate alpha of Hollywood for over 6 decades. But for all his tough guy roles, his soft spot is clear: his 8 children. Among them, Allison Eastwood, born in 1972, has carved her own creative path. An actress, director, and passionate animal rights activist, Allison has Clint's grit but channels it towards saving wild horses instead of taming outlaws. "She tames hearts better than I tame bad guys," Clint once joked. Father and daughter share a quiet bond built on mutual respect, proof that even the hardest cowboys have a tender side. Ethan Hawke versus Maya Hawke. Ethan Hawke, born in 1970, is the brooding poet of his generation, a man who's danced between acting, writing, and directing with seamless artistry. From Dead Poets Society to Before Sunrise, he's turned introspection into cinema. His daughter, Maya Hawke, born in 1998, carries the torch like it was destiny. As the breakout star of Stranger Things, Maya has become a Gen Z muse, balancing fame with a soulful indie music career. Her debut album, Moss, blends Dylan-style lyricism with her own quirky sincerity. Ethan and Maya even collaborated on Wildcat, a father-daughter passion project about writer Flannery O'Connor. Ethan proudly says, "She's got my words, but her world's way wilder." Together, they're rewriting the rules of artistic legacy, one heartfelt performance at a time. Roberto Rossellini versus Isabella Rossellini. Roberto Rossellini, born in 1906, was one of cinema's founding visionaries, the father of Italian neo-realism, whose film Rome, Open City changed film forever. Known for his partnership and scandalous romance with Ingrid Bergman, he was a man who lived as passionately as he directed. His daughter, Isabella Rossellini, born in 1952, inherited that flair for reinvention. From her luminous career as a model for Lancôme to her unforgettable turn in Blue Velvet, Isabella has remained a symbol of timeless elegance and intellect. These days, she manages an organic farm in New York, blending nature with art, a poetic continuation of her father's realism. "He filmed volcanoes," she jokes, "and I raised chickens, same drama, less smoke." Denzel Washington versus Katya Washington. Denzel Washington, born in 1954, is Hollywood royalty, an actor who commands the screen with quiet fire and unwavering dignity. Whether it's Malcolm X, Training Day, or his recent turns behind the camera, Denzel embodies excellence, but his most meaningful project has always been his family. His daughter, Katya Washington, born in 1986, has chosen to work behind the scenes, shaping stories rather than starring in them. A Yale graduate and accomplished producer, Katya's credits include Django Unchained and Fences, proving that the Washington legacy is alive and evolving. Denzel jokes that his daughter produces both movies and heart attacks every time she outsmarts me. For this family, greatness runs in the blood and in the work ethic. Nick Cannon versus Monroe Cannon. Nick Cannon, born in 1980, might just hold the title for Hollywood's busiest dad rapper, comedian, TV host, and father of 12. From Wild 'N Out to The Masked Singer, he's turned chaos into charisma. Yet for all the punchlines and parenting schedules, he calls fatherhood his greatest remix. Among his famous crew, Monroe Cannon, born in 2011 and twin to Moroccan, stands out with undeniable star power. The daughter of pop icon Mariah Carey, Monroe has inherited her mom's golden voice and her dad's energy for entertainment. She's already belting show tunes at galas and charming red carpets like a pro. Nick beams, "She's my diva duet, and she hits higher notes than I ever could." For once, the spotlight might truly belong to the next generation. Jon Voight versus Angelina Jolie. Jon Voight, born in 1938, is the classic Hollywood chameleon, the man who broke hearts in Midnight Cowboy and terrified audiences in Deliverance. Over the decades, he's shifted from rebel actor to reflective patriarch. His daughter, Angelina Jolie, born in 1975, is the living embodiment of cinematic royalty, actress, director, humanitarian, and mother of 6. Their relationship has weathered distance, reconciliation, and rediscovery, but today it's filled with mutual admiration. John has said, "She's my wild angel, fierce, flawed, and flying higher than I ever dreamed." From Oscar stages to refugee camps, Angelina has turned her father's dramatic genes into a mission of compassion, proving that legacy is not about resemblance, it's about evolution. Tom Cruise versus Suri Cruise. Tom Cruise, born in 1962, has made a career out of doing the impossible, sprinting across skyscrapers, clinging to airplanes, and redefining the action genre one mission at a time. But off-screen, his role as a father is quieter and far more grounded. His daughter, Suri Cruise, born in 2006, grew up in the public eye but has since chosen privacy over fame. Now 19, Suri is a freshman at Carnegie Mellon University, exploring art, fashion, and her own sense of identity, even reportedly dropping her famous last name at graduation. Tom, ever the proud dad, has called her a fearless flyer, proof that even when the missions end, the legacy of courage continues at home. Judd Apatow versus Maude Apatow. Judd Apatow, born in 1967, is Hollywood's comedy whisperer, the man behind Knocked Up, Superbad, and countless stories of awkward humanity that somehow feel like therapy sessions wrapped in laughter. But nothing prepared him for raising 2 daughters, who are both funnier and more insightful than his entire writer's room. Maude Apatow, born in 1997, is now a bona fide star thanks to Euphoria, where she shines with sharp emotional intelligence. Off-screen, she's a playwright, an indie darling, and her dad's favorite collaborator/critic. Judd laughs. "My home's basically a sitcom, and Maude's the showrunner." In the Apatow household, humor isn't just inherited, it's weaponized. Bruce Willis versus Tallulah Willis. Bruce Willis, born in 1955, is the everyman hero who turned yippee-ki-yay into a battle cry for generations. But beyond the explosions and Hollywood fame lies a man defined by resilience and love. In recent years, as Bruce has faced serious health challenges, his daughters have become his greatest source of strength. Tallulah Willis, born in 1994, embodies that spirit, a raw, honest artist who shares her journey through sobriety and self-acceptance with disarming openness. She's turned vulnerability into art and grief into growth. "She's my heart grenade," Bruce once said, beautiful and brave enough to blow up old barriers. Their story is proof that even action heroes have tender, unbreakable hearts. Robert De Niro versus Helen Grace De Niro. Robert De Niro, born in 1943, is cinema's ultimate shapeshifter, the man who gave us Travis Bickle, Vito Corleone, and countless unforgettable characters. But at home, he's just dad, a role he still plays with quiet joy well into his 80 seconds. His youngest daughter, Helen Grace De Niro, born in 2011 via surrogate, is the bright spark in his later life chapter. While she keeps a low profile, she's often spotted bringing calm and laughter into De Niro's famously intense world. The actor, who recently welcomed another baby at 79, says fatherhood never stops teaching him patience and humility. "She's my good fella," he grins, wise beyond her years and already running the family business. Love. 30 fathers, 30 daughters, 30 stories of fame, love, and legacy. From the roar of stadiums to the hush of movie sets, these Hollywood duos remind us that behind every legend is a child who saw the human first, not the hero.